Now, our next guest is a particularly awe-inspiring one. Newspapers were plastered with the story last April when he first went missing and then was miraculously found after 3 days of effort.
Anurag was climbing Mount Annapurna when a split-second misdecision sent him spiraling 300 meters down into an icy crevice. Now, in hours, you had a nationwide network form to coordinate his rescue. It's been a year focused on rest, on recovery for him. We thought we'd bring him into the studio and just discuss this entire journey with him. Anurag, thank you so much for joining us this morning on TBC. Our first question, Mount Annapurna is often called the deadliest mountain. You're a climber. You also were working full-time at an investment firm when you decided that you're going to make this particular climb. Tell us about the initial decision and then walk us through how the fall happened, if you're comfortable, of course.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Annapurna was the easiest decision for me to, climb as my first 8,000-meter mountain because I've always felt a very strong connection to Annapurna, and I think it's the deadliest mountain, and if I could climb Annapurna, I was very clear I could climb literally any mountain on the planet. So for me, Annapurna was my first choice, and after that I was supposed to go to Everest, Lhotse and Makalu. So that was my plan for 2023, 4 big 8,000-meter mountains. And what was the second question?
No, so that was it. We were just asking, you started the walk. How did the fall itself happen?
Yes. So I think I was returning back 150 meters from the summit, and between, I came to Camp 4, stayed there a night, came to Camp 3, and then we were descending down on April 17, 2023 to Camp 2. And on our way, suddenly at one point, I just mistakenly picked the wrong rope, and I fell straight 300 meters to the icy surface and then 80 meters inside the icy bottomless crevasse. Stayed there for 3 days, 3 nights. I have no memory of the fall either, no memory of my time inside the crevasse. But I was actually conscious for all the 3 days. But an avalanche buried me under the snow before the incident, before the rescue. And how do I know all of this? That I was conscious because I recorded my own videos inside the crevasse in my GoPro camera.
Yeah. Anurag, can I just say that it is so nice to see you, hale and hearty, sitting here right now after having seen those videos, after having read those very disturbing accounts of what exactly happened. So kudos to you for what you've done. I want to understand just this. Your GoPro recorded everything, but you don't have a single memory. This is almost like a punarjanam of sorts, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, I think I really feel it's, I'm truly reborn, because now I have to relearn everything back from walking, talking, going to the toilet, dressing up, like everything, So for me, I feel it every moment, how I'm relearning. I don't remember when I learned to walk when I was a child, but now I do. When I took my first step in the hospital independently, when I walked up, to the stairs, my first step. So a lot of this is, that's how I feel that, I'm truly reborn. And there was another question, right?
Let's ask you, just for a second, if we ask you to step back from the moment itself, right? So the moment everything happened, just tell us, your family, your brother got a call, I believe, and that call told him that they can't trace you. And then you had this mammoth rescue community from across the country. I remember hearing in the newsroom that this had happened. Bring Anurag Back was the campaign.
Yes.
Just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, so my brother Ashish got the call that afternoon on 17th of April from the 7 Summits agency who I was climbing with, that Anurag, we have lost him, we couldn't find him, we couldn't trace him, and he has fallen down. Not inside the crevasse back then, it was just he has fallen down. And then they learned that I went inside the crevasse. So yeah, that's the only information they had during that moment. But my family quickly sprang into action. 3 of my family members, my younger brother Ashish, my elder brother Sudhir, my cousin and my uncle, they all left for Nepal the same night. They were in Nepal early morning, 7 a.m. on 18th. So So I think that created a lot of pressure. And in those 24 hours, my friends worldwide, in India, in Nepal, everyone just came together, mobilized all the possible resources they needed to get me back, safely home. Not sure if I'll come alive, if I'll be found dead, but they tried everything in their capacity in the best possible way to get me back. So it was a self-mobilized, a community-driven mobilization that has brought me back, in front of the world again. Indian Embassy in Kathmandu played a hugely critical role in getting me here. So just, not just them, too many other people. And it's an endless list of people that I should be thanking and expressing my gratitude to. Millions of people prayed for me, meditated for me.
Yeah.
People had faith in me that I'm alive, and they did everything in their capacity, to see me. And so I'm just, extremely grateful for all of that has happened, back in those days.
Anurag, can I ask you this then? A lot of people played a role, you're right, you're quite the miracle story, you're quite the miracle boy yourself. Now that you have this Punarjanam of sorts, the second version of yourself, what do you plan to do with it now?
What do you
plan to do with it?
What do you want to do next?
Yeah, it's a beautiful question. To be very honest, I don't know it yet. I know I'm here for a reason. The last 33 years of my life, I've lived beautifully. I have full content, like the way I've lived that life and made an impact. If previously I've touched 100,000 of people in my life, now I know I am here for something larger, a larger purpose, a larger reason to serve the world. I know I'm here to touch millions and billions of people. I don't know in what form, in what shape, how will that, eventually it'll span out. I don't know yet. Hopefully with time, I will be able to decipher, decode my true purpose to come back on this planet. And I think with time, it'll come back to me. I don't force myself to find these answers right now. Let's go day by day, how life mysteriously and beautifully unfolds for me. That's what really excites me, because for me, I'm someone who thrives in uncertainties. And for me, all of this uncertainty is actually a blessing. I don't have all the answers right away, but I know very confidently it'll come to me, with time. So let's wait for the right moment and right time for these answers to really come back.
Anurag, thank you for joining us. That's a beautiful answer. You're essentially saying live in the present. What you're doing right now is fully living in the present and taking decisions as it comes to you. We are in awe of your journey, as Sonal was saying earlier. You're inspiring to all of us. I believe you've also said you want to climb Mount Annapurna once again. So this is just, it's insane to hear. But thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.